But we... Okay.
Hello everyone, we are backlash again. Wait.
Really? Right after you couldn't wait like 2 seconds.
No,
two minutes.
I could not.
I think I hate you. I don't know if I want to do this now. You just right out the gate, you just made it so not worth it.
Kind of the point.
Hello, everybody. My name is Quakin Bacon. You might be wondering what this assortment of bay-looking things are. These are bays, but they're community-made. These are C4 bays. These are really easy to customize.
Tell them what C4 stands for.
Oh, right. So C4 stands for Criminally Competitive Compact Custom Bays. That's 4 C's if you were curious. It's pretty simple. You can kind of make whatever, but it's usually based around these metal parts here. I forgot the chorus, of course. Give me a second. Let me speak to the people, Piccolo. Let me speak.
No one's stopping you.
So, C4 bays are usually split into 4 pieces. You have the blade, which is basically the C4 equivalent of a layer from Burst, or a blade from X. You have the gear. These are metal weights that have different weighted sections meant to help accentuate certain attack properties or defensive properties. So, as you can see, this lovely little thing, Arcaster, is a 3-sided blade, and there's a 3-sided weight. So you could put weight on the gaps where the attack points are, or you could put it on the actual blades and kind of boost its overall defense. There's just a lot of customization and combinations you can do. These are the baseline parts. We have, I'll just start from the beginning. We have the inner weight disc. These things are really small. They're all the same weight. It's just that these ones have all of their weight concentrated on the center as much as possible. These usually go well with a bay that is focused around inner weight distribution, like this Octagard. This little buddy, this little guy right here is quite mean, and can deal a ton of damage in the beginning and retain its stamina pretty well towards the end of battle. You have the customized weight disc, which kind of helps with if you wanted to get really smart and really weird. These things have notches on them and kind of a ledge for you to work with. But let's say you have a duty Beyblade like Volcano here. Volcano's not, he's duty, he's not very good.
Be nice to Volcano.
Volcano bad.
Shut up.
But if you wanted to, say, add an attachment, and you're not really sure if it would work with, the spacing that you have with the rest of the discs, there's actually, you can just use the ledge here, and boom. But yeah, using this custom weight disc, you can actually add attachments to it that can correspond or interlock with the blade itself, or maybe you could add like a free spin ring, or maybe just like an attachment that locks into the disc exclusively that kind of acts like a switch frame. And if you don't know what that is, you should watch the rest of my video.
This does open up a lot of possibilities, so the disc is lighter than the rest, but it makes up for it with how much you can do with it.
Only slightly as well. That's the main takeaway from that. You have the 2 gear. Obviously, if you have a 4-sided bay, we'll do this beautiful little impervious backlash. Let's say you wanted to make sure that the 2 blades with the hollow points had the most weight behind them, so that they weren't left behind with the rest of the bay and its attack power. You could very easily set them in like that, or maybe you wanted to imbue the 2 solid blades with more weight and more power. You could very easily just rotate it 90 degrees. Boom, you're good. You're set up. You're good. You're good. You're good.
You're good.
You're good. We have the balanced weight disc. This is kind of a mixture of inner weight and the disc that we'll be getting to next. The balanced weight disc is basically just an all-around good performer. It has a lot of the attributes of inner and outer weight disc. It's just not very good at either, but it has the good qualities of both. It's pretty solid.
You don't get the drawbacks of either, but you don't get the benefits of either too.
Yeah,
it's just solid weight.
Hence the name balance. You know, you're not gonna hurt yourself with burst resistance or not. And by the way, the further out your weight distribution goes, the less burst resistance you have. So something like inner weight has plenty of burst resistance because all of the weight is at the center, and it's there's less leverage trying to unlock the bay. And the further you get away from the center, the more leverage the weight has to unlock the bay as the battle continues. And then you have the outer weight disc. Obviously, this is kind of the logical progression here. The outer weight disc helps to amplify. Like let's say if your bay focuses on outer weight, like Arcaster does, it'll help match that kind of strategy, so that your blade and your overall bay just has a lot of oomph in the beginning. The only drawback is that it has pretty negative stamina retention at the end of a battle. So,
and burst resistance is lower than the rest.
Yeah, much lower. You can't really go ham with something like Volcano with outer weight disc without it just bursting itself trying to attack the opponent. So, and then you have the quad gear. We have the single gear, the dual gear, the triple gear or tri gear, and the quad gear. Obviously, they correspond to how many weighted sections are on it. And then you have the C cores. These are the C4 equivalent of drivers. They dictate how your bay moves in the stadium, so you could have something that's a little more aggressive, like tapered semi-flat, or if you wanted to be a little more stationary, you can use taper sharp. These are just pretty basic designs. There's plenty that I've already seen people making in Model Bladers, which if you want to learn how to make bays and participate in, team battles, ranked battles, tournaments, stuff like that, we do a ton of that there. So it's not very active right now, but that's neither here nor there. There's a small condensed family of psychopaths who like taking plastic spinny boys and beating the shit out of each other with them. It's awesome.
Yeah. We're friends.
That actually hurt really bad. I was feeling it. I was motivated right there to really let the left hand have it.
Yeah, there will be a link to the Discord server where we do all that in the comment or the description, maybe the comment section too.
Don't you dare forget, Future Quake, because if you forget, I know where you are. All right, in the future, and I'll be there shortly. Right now.
Don't kill yourself.
So yeah, that's just kind of the overall overview of C4. There's actually plenty of much better videos done by Nyx, the Superglue God, who I believe I mentioned in the upcoming battle video. Well, upcoming for you, past tense for me. Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. Take that. But yeah, I just wanted to give a quick introduction on how these things work, what the components are, and yeah, did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Ooh, Backlash's dual spin. There's templates that are available in Model Bladers as well. I'm sure they've spread elsewhere, but you can make basically whatever you want, as long as it's within certain parameters. You can't just make like a big spinning brick and we have size and weight limits, sort
of. In our
of.
ranked rules, there's limits for the weight and the size of these bays, so...
Yeah. But you have...
get to work.
You have templates that you can work with. Backlash is actually a perfect example. Let me see if I can just quickly... We're gonna use the quad gear. Look at that. There's like 4 little notches on top of every single one that correspond to some notches that are inside each blade, and that's how you get them to align and stay put. And also how you can alter alignment without any sort of real confusion or like, well, I can't really. You can build it around the notches. You use outer weight, right?
Yes.
You do. Gonna take that. I guess a good way to show the difference is that this is a single spin. This is right spin. And if you notice, there's some notches here that don't exist on Backlash. And that's because Backlash is a special boy. He's a dual spin bay. And so, by the way, the locking mechanism is about the same as Burst. But the way that we have the template set up is that you don't have to disassemble your bay entirely in order to change spin direction. All you have to do is bring your bay to where it would burst, and then just keep going. And now you're in left spin. Science. We tried so hard to figure out how to do seamless dual spin, and Nyx comes back. Nyx, the guy who modeled every single template. The one. My God. He just came back. He's like, yeah, I did the seamless dual spin. I'm like, how did you do that? And he's like, well, so there's a mechanism in there. It's available to anyone. There's no, the only thing that's, I wouldn't say hard to come by, but the only thing that you would need in order to use these is the metal pieces, which are never going to change. We're not going to add any new ones, or anything like that. It's going to just be these. Because one of the things I didn't like about Burst is that the discs were constantly climbing in weight. So in order to stay on top of hosting and having all the parts necessary in order to pull off something like Ranked or just, making bays in general, is that you needed the most up-to-date parts. These will always be up-to-date. They will never be out of date. And you will never need to worry about us expanding the catalog and making these useless. They're always going to be. There's always going to be a use for everything you see here, except for Volcano. You take that.
Wow.
You take that. Arcaster best. Arcaster best. Everyone watch my videos. Thank you for watching. This has been C4. I did a ton of prep work just to lay out this stuff so that I could finally post a battle video. And have a good day.
You're an idiot.
Nuh-uh. You take that back. You take that back, you piece of piss.